I thought making money was easy. I've always seen my family being good at investing, and because of this, I believe that it was a pretty easy thing to do. When I was younger, I wanted to start investing myself, and my parents decided that it was best for me to open up a RBC fake stock trading app. I was very lucky it was fake because I ended up losing quite a lot of money, fake money, during this process. Um, During this time, I bought stocks based on older reputation they had, like Apple, and based on how cool their name was. Um, I learned many different things during this, but the main one was that I'd have to do much more research if I wanted to gain any money during stock trading. Fast forward to present day, I've started stock trading, and even though I have done much more research, I find myself much more hesitant on buying stocks because of the thought of losing real money. Now, before anything else, this graph is showing the Dow Jones Industrial Average, S&P 500 Index, and the Nasdaq Composite from the past 10 years. These are the three most followed indices in North America and are indicators of the health of the North American economy and how it is doing at a given time. The downturn on the far right side of the graph is COVID-19, and as you can see, it has already corrected itself out, and it looks like it has had little long-term effect. There are other stock indexes in the world, like in India there is the Nifty 50, and in Japan there's the Nikkei index. But I personally only invest in North American stocks and follow the main North American indexes as keys to help me decide to buy and sell my own stocks. If I were to invest with doing good research, on average I would increase my portfolio 8 to 11% per year. Now, there's a lot of different ways to invest money. There's real estate, bonds, a savings account at your local bank, and stocks. An article published by the Globe and Mail shows that many people started stock trading due to COVID-19, with their loss of jobs and the fact that nobody had anything to do, and they weren't able to get together with others. It gave everyone something to talk about, and it was like a new addictive drug that when prices went up felt like wild success, and down like a great catastrophe. The goal of all types of investing is to build your wealth over time. Some people get nervous when prices drop and sell fast, while most investing requires time, patience, and a realistic goal. People who invest properly hold a lot of power. If you start young, your chance of having a higher wealth in the end is much greater. Through articles on LinkedIn and through this graph, it shows that the earlier you start investing, the bigger your end payoff will be, as well as the more risks you are able and willing to take. If you are new to investing, I would recommend using a mentor and using additional websites to help you decide what stocks you want to buy and sell. Personally, my mentor is my grandfather, and I use the Motley Fool and Yahoo Finance as websites for additional resources. A quote that I always like to look back on is a quote from Warren Buffett. I always like to look at this before I'm buying a stock. He quotes that if you're not willing to own a stock for 10 years, don't even think about owning it for 10 minutes. I like to think about this before I am going to buy a stock because I want to make sure I'm buying a stock for the future and not going to buy a stock for a couple days and then have to sell it in a bit. When I look back on this experience, I want to find myself looking back on not just the mistakes I made during this time, but back on the amazing life experiences I have gained through this time. Thank you.